You're listening to the Emo Metal Gamers Podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers Podcast. Today is May 26, 2018. And I was waiting for you to say if I knew the date. And
no, man.
My name is Jose Rodan.
I'm Frank Bernard.
And you're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers Podcast, where you can hear all your geek news
all week. Every week.
That's right.
God. So lame saying that.
Yo. So before we start, I wanted to play that new games, but there isn't anything new.
It's the lull. It's the summer drag. It's what happens.
That fucking sucks. Because great.
Go ahead.
I wanted to play Detroit first of all, and then I wanted to rent it. I don't want to buy a $60 game. I don't want to buy a $60 game because it's first of all, it's out of my budget. Number two, it's not. I don't think it's worth buying. I think it's a rental. If you ask me.
Well, here's my problem with the game, and I feel bad for it because, what is it? I can't pronounce the name. The studio that makes the games, they made Heavy Rain. They made a game back on PlayStation 2 called Indigo Prophecies.
Oh, I love that game.
They did another one, the Ellen Page Beyond Two Souls or something like that.
Yeah, I gotta play that one.
The problem is they are so beautifully done, but it takes so long for them to render, and there's not a lot of playing the game. It's more of QuickTime events.
But, this game has gotten really good reviews.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, not spectacular, but...
That's great that it's gotten really good reviews, but you know what?
But I don't think it's worth...
You're not dropping $60 on that bitch.
No, it's too much. 40 I would have gotten at 60.
Yeah.
I mean, I played the demo, so I don't think I'm going to be playing something that's going to be absolutely different from the demo.
No, you're playing for the story, and I always say I'm a very story-driven gamer, but I can't fork over $60 for a game that there's not a lot of content to play. I think of the Telltale games, looking at it, and one of the ways Telltale gets away with it is that they're not as beautiful, because every single one of those games, be it Indigo Prophecies on PlayStation 2, Heavy Rain on PlayStation 3, they're gorgeous. They're mind-blowing as far as graphics go.
They are.
And the stories are good. I didn't like Beyond Two Souls, but the stories typically are really good, which makes you want to play it. I really want to play the game, but I can't drop 60 on it.
I do. I want to play a game that has a really good story. And that feels like it's going to be it, but I don't want to buy it. I don't want to invest on it because the only reason that I played Heavy Rain was because I was trying to get the platinum. Nothing really made me want to play the game again, to be honest. It's not like I wanted to go, oh my God, I want to see what different the ending was. Every other ending that I saw for that game did not impress me at all.
I loved making the bad guy win, though. That was cool.
It's not like worth to me to play the whole game.
That's the one I won't forget. That literally was the one that I will not forget.
If you would have gotten that one first and you didn't want to get the platinum, would you have gone and played it again, or just go to YouTube? Remember, Heavy Rain was in a time when there wasn't much YouTube. It wasn't much social media. Nowadays, if you want to see the good ending, you just fucking put it in YouTube instead of playing all over again. Unless you're one of those people who wants to collect the platinum or the whatever the hell Xbox collects, or the Steam points.
It really depends, in my opinion.
Well,
The reason why I say that
go ahead.
is I like earning things. I do have a kind of, I guess, pride when it comes to games, for lack of a better term. But I do like earning things. I will say though, the older I've gotten, you really gotta. It's really got to be a good game for me to want to earn something from you. I'm not gonna go out of my way. You are right with the YouTube. Something like Heavy Rain or even this game, I could see myself going and trying to get multiple endings, especially just from the aspect of how many different endings it has and what they've said about the endings has me intrigued enough to try to do multiple playthroughs if I can.
But is it really going to be that much different? Or are they just going to be a little bit different?
Well, I mean, I go back to season 2 of The Walking Dead. Those were really different endings.
Yes. They were very different endings, but
They were
season
very
1 of
different.
Walking Dead, it wasn't that much different.
Right, no.
It was
Season
a little
1,
bit. It
you're
all
right.
just depended who went with you.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just because Batman, I didn't really feel like I wanted to go back and get the joke. But there's another reason that I don't do it with Telltale games. It's because I don't. If I'm not mistaken, if you play through it again, it saves over your files. So
Yes, but you can have multiple files.
you can't, or you can.
You can. You can have 4 if memory
Because
serves me
that's
right.
the reason I don't do it, because when the next episode comes in, your story carries over, and if I'm going to replay it again and have the ending of the one that I don't like to carry over, I'm not going to do that. But I didn't know you could save it, which that's pretty cool. But
Yeah, you just gotta switch your save file.
now, speaking of endings, multiple endings, I just finished Far Cry 5.
Oh, okay.
And I hate it because I know you want to play it, but let me tell you how fucking pissed off, how there's nothing that pisses me off more than when you invest 30 to 35 hours in a huge game like that and then you get a bad ending. I mean, and when
You
I
got
say
the bad
no, I didn't get the bad ending. I got the right ending, which to me was the bad ending. There is a bad ending. It's the same thing with Far Cry. They give you 2 choices at the end. Pick one, you get the good ending. Pick one, you get the bad ending. But in this situation, to me, it could be considered just the ending, and the other one is the bad ending.
Oh,
But I
okay.
can't. I mean, it's. We just talked about this with no pauses without giving spoilers. But I mean,
Yeah.
it just pisses me off that I invested so much time on this character in this world, and and they got me playing because I actually liked the story of this game, and then you ruin it for me like that, and that's unacceptable. Because I'll forgive you if your game is short, but when you make me work my way for 30 hours and then you give me that shit, that really pisses me off. I mean, I like to.
Yeah.
I'd like to think of an ending, a game that did that, but I can't come up with anything right now where you invest so much time and then you get a shitty ending. I mean,
Final Fantasy 15.
I mean, there you go, Final Fantasy 15.
Final
Fantasy
15. That was-
15, yes, and we can both talk about that. It is obnoxious of the fact that they. Spoiler, fuck it. They all die. And
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think that maybe his bodyguards didn't die and it was just him who died. But I mean, they're pretty much all.
They've come out. The guy came out and said they're all dead.
I don't think they died. He just said that because he's a stubborn Japanese. I mean, I guess. I mean, he wants to say it, but it's the same. Why is it that we take the director's words for it because it came from his head? I think it's so stupid. Let me give you an example. When now in Avengers Infinity Wars, have you heard about the news of Groot? What he says to Rocket? Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he says, "I am Groot," and he dies, and the director come out and said what he said was "daddy" to Raccoon. And people are like, "Oh my God, that's so emotional." Come on, man. The man just says that's what he said, and people just eat it up and shit. I mean, come on. Why do you say that? Nobody. I mean, don't put words into the. Let people just assume what he said. It's the same thing. I mean, for example, what's the Japanese Lost in Translation when Bill Murray whispers something in Scarlett Johansson's ear.
Oh my God, that was great.
And to this day, nobody knows what he said. You know, or when Pam whispers to Michael something in the ear right before he takes off in the plane. Nobody knew what he really said. In that, I mean, she came out recently and said what she did say to him, but it had nothing to do with the show. She said it like in real life, like, we're going to miss you in the show. You're a great guy. We're going to really miss you. That's what she really said to him. But nobody knows what Pam said to Michael. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. That was one of my favorite
Go ahead.
episodes.
When Michael leaves?
And to a certain degree, they could have ended it right then and there. They tried to milk it, and Michael really was the backbone of that show, man.
He was, and you're not gonna believe this, but we've been doing a marathon over the last 2 weeks of The Office here, and I think Kimberly actually just played it right now in the background, so it'll probably come up in the podcast. But she's never seen The Office, so I haven't seen The Office in 10 years, maybe 7, and sitting here watching the show again from the beginning is just as good as it was 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, no,
and there's the good thing is that I'm watching things that I don't remember. For a show to watch a show again and go, wow, I don't remember that. This is funny. You know, it's like I'm watching it for the first time. There are things I remember, but there's small details of jokes that I don't remember that are just as good like when I watched it for the first time. Unlike Seinfeld, Seinfeld has burned itself into my brain. So, I mean, I can watch an episode of Seinfeld and I can tell you where every joke is. So when I watch Seinfeld, it's still funny, but it doesn't feel like I'm watching it for the first time. The Office has actually done this to me, where I feel like I'm watching it for the first time. It's just a great feeling. And how did we go from Far Cry to The Office? Sorry about that, guys.
It's all good. No, well, we got there through the endings and talking about endings and great endings.
Exactly.
Of shows.
So yeah, I'm just upset. All that investment, and the French give me this ending. I mean, it's probably the weakest ending that I've had in all the Far Cries. The other Far Cry, the Far Cry 3, remember you get two choices. You get the choices of killing your friends or letting them live. And Far Cry 4, which you haven't played, you get 2 more choices, which I can't tell you either. I know, it's great.
No, but I remember Far Cry 3, and that was really good.
Yeah, and
I mean, let me tell you, because sometimes when they do redo a game, when they redo it, it's good, and other times when they redo it, it's not. It's clunky or doesn't run as smooth. I can't wait to read the reviews of what the Far Cry 3 remake on the Far Cry 5 engine's going to be. I'm really looking forward to what they say about that.
I'm wondering what they're going to say too. But talking about endings also, I haven't ever finished Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
So I went back to Skyrim on PC the other day, and I couldn't play it. I was like, this is old as fuck. I just couldn't get into it. Maybe because I was so deep into the story that restarting it, I think it would be better to just start from the beginning again. So I just uninstalled it. So I was gonna get it for Switch, since I travel around, and I'll probably play it I think I would probably be better if I start from the beginning. But when I played Elder Scrolls, I had the taste to play Elder Scrolls. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I didn't want to play Skyrim, but I was like, God, I want to play a game like this, but I want to be surprised. So I downloaded ESO, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, I have it for the PlayStation.
Have you played it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right. Yes, that's exactly what my words are. I mean, it's like Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft together. I mean, I'm not shocked with the graphics. At least World of Warcraft has the cartoony style, so I'll let that slide.
Well, it's an online game. Like,
Don't give me
we always
don't give me
we
that
always
because
talk about it.
Final Fantasy is beautiful, from the models to the backgrounds to the monsters. Every detail of that fucking game for an online game is unbelievable.
I don't know. I've never.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to play it, bro. You
been-
just have to just put a YouTube video and you'll see the amount of detail they put into that game. That when I play ESO, made by Bethesda, I don't understand. Now, I also understand that it's free. So there is no budget that they're getting from this game. Unless people buy, pay to win or pay for costumes and pay for all the other shit that they get. That's the only way these people are getting money. Of course, you also get the DLCs. And if I'm not mistaken, the new DLC coming up is Somerset. You've been playing
For what?
for ESO. You've been playing.
Oh, dude, I haven't touched. Dude, I couldn't tell you last time I touched it.
Do you know what Somerset is? You played Elder Scrolls longer than me. I don't know where Somerset is, but it says
I
Return
don't
to
know where it is
Somerset.
either.
So I'm assuming that was one of the first Elder Scrolls.
It could be. I couldn't tell you right off
Is
the
this
bat.
where we're going though? Are we never gonna get an Elder Scrolls now because they're investing all their time on Elder Scrolls online?
Dude, why? How is it that you guys don't listen? Like, no one listens to me. Like, I keep telling you guys, he's working on it, but they have two new, not rehashes, not sequels, two brand new IPs that they're working on at Bethesda that are supposed to be equivalent to the size of Skyrim and Fallout.
But I don't want a new IP. I want an Elder Scrolls.
How do you know that though?
How
you
do
don't know
I
that.
know that I don't want a new IP?
Yeah. What if the IP is great?
I understand, but would that still take the taste off of me from not wanting Elder Scrolls? No. I know what
No,
you
but
mean.
It's
Resident Evil could give me Capcom could give me something awesome like Resident Evil, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna want a Resident Evil 8. And I understand they're putting their time in it, but part of it I feel it is because they're just focusing on Elder Scrolls Online, and they think that that's enough for the public.
I don't think that they think that. I think they want a quality game and they're not going to rush anything.
Jesus, man, when did Skyrim come out? 10 years ago?
But look at their track record for how long the games it takes to come out.
Okay, like I said, I didn't play Elder Scrolls. I only play Skyrim. What was the one before Skyrim?
Oblivion.
Okay, how long did it take from Oblivion to Skyrim?
I'm willing to wager at least 5 years. if not
5
longer.
years. 5
If
years.
not longer.
Okay, Skyrim came out 10 years ago, and they're milking the shit out of Skyrim. That's
But
enough.
you also have to look that they made Far Cry 4. I mean, not Far Cry 4, Fallout 4.
Yes.
And that's where it's going.
Okay, but from Fallout 3 to Fallout 4 was about 5 years.
I'll tell you, I'm going to let you know right now. Elder Scrolls, Wikipedia.
All I'm saying is that I don't want them to end up doing a fucking Duke Nukem. You keep me waiting, and then you're going to give me something that I'm not going to be overly excited. Because if 10, 15 years...
Are you ready? I mean, dude, Morrowind Elder Scrolls came out in 2002.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That was at the end of the original Xbox life.
All right.
From there, they did Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which was 2006.
All right.
And then Elder Scrolls 5 came out in 2011. So, they're a little bit over, but you also have to look at it. They haven't been working on the Fallout series.
2011 was the last one.
2011.
Jesus, man. It's been 7 years.
Here we go. They were working on DLC in 2012. So it's about 6 years. It roughly is that time span.
Oh, God, just give it to me already, man. Yes,
Fallout.
Give me IPs, give me Fallout, but give me the fucking Elder Scrolls already. This is ridiculous.
The Fallout series.
Games that make you wait too long, sometimes it's not good. Unless you're Kojima.
I mean, dude, it was 2008 was Fallout 3 to 2015, which was Fallout 4.
And what happened, Frank? It was a huge disappointment.
Critically, no. I wouldn't say it was a huge disappointment. It was a disappointment for me. I've already said the reason why it was a disappointment
Still,
for me.
it was 7 years. Right?
Right.
Come on, just give me a whisper or some fun.
It's in production, man. That's all you need to know.
It is in production?
It is in production.
There's somebody quoting that?
Yeah. Whatever homeboy who makes Elder Scrolls.
God, they're in production. What is that? Like they're sitting down and talking about what it's going to be about?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dragon Quest will probably come out before that, and then I'll be able to play it.
What's Dragon Quest?
Not Dragon Quest. I'm sorry. What's the one for EA?
Oh, Dragon Age?
Dragon Age. That should take off the edge.
It's not
It's not an Elder Scrolls, but they're still pretty good. For me. I don't know if you don't like them, but I mean, I enjoyed the last one that came out. So
I didn't play the last one that came out.
Oh, it's really good. And the graphics are pretty impressive.
I played the first one. I like the first one.
So talking about RPGs, did you hear the rumor? Excuse me.
Whoa. You okay there, buddy?
Yawn. WoW might come out for PlayStation 4.
Meh. I mean, it's good for them.
Meh.
Good for the people.
Meh.
Dude, it's not. It's not for me, dude.
It's not for you. You always love talking about World of Warcraft.
I love what it stands for.
Okay.
But I love what it stands for. I don't.
So you think Blizzard will do a control version just for the PlayStation? I'm sure they will.
It's not hard. I don't think it's that hard.
It's not that
hard.
hard. It's not that hard, but you can't put as much spells as you can for PC.
I wouldn't know how many spells
you can put a lot.
Could have, to be quite honest.
You can keybind so many spells that you can have so many. But I remember Final Fantasy, they came up with a cool trick for Final Fantasy where it was if you push L1 and then you at the same time you can push L1 0, L1 triangle, and L-X, and that will give you a different spell. R2, R2X, R2 0, R2, and that will give you something different. So that way you can have way more than it was. So it worked. It was just a matter of remembering the fucking buttons when you're in in a fight in a dungeon. You better fucking remember what you're pushing and not pushing the wrong thing, which could be a disaster if you're a healer and you need to make sure you're healing people and you're pushing the wrong thing. But I think that's really cool. I wouldn't mind it. Now, I don't want them to do the same thing they did with Diablo 3. Just let us play together. You couldn't play Diablo with the PC.
And Sony's not doing that.
No. Sony
now.
did it with Final Fantasy, so don't give me that bullshit. They can do it.
Did they really?
Absolutely. I can play Final Fantasy with PlayStation players.
I didn't know
Yes,
that.
it's the only game that they've ever done that.
That's pretty sweet.
So what is the deal? Why don't you let that happen? I mean, unless they're, I mean, the servers obviously it is being done by Square Enix, so I don't understand what's the problem. I mean, you led it with this game, so we know you can do it, and I know this because I could play with my friends that were on PC, and I used to play on the PlayStation first, and then when I carried over to PC, then I could play the PlayStation. Now, the only thing that you couldn't do was bring your character from PlayStation to PC. You couldn't do that. You had an account with PlayStation and you had an account with PC, but it wouldn't carry over. So, which means that you would have to buy the game 2 times, which means that you needed 2 subscriptions, which also sucks.
Yeah.
So, so it's there. PlayStation can do it. So what's the problem? If you're gonna let a game like World of Warcraft be in there, you need to let them play with the PC players. Absolutely, you need to be able to let them play. Let the console player get into the world where there's people who've already played it in PC, and the beautiful thing about World of Warcraft is it's a good community. I mean, sure, there's gonna be an asshole always who's gonna tell you, "Oh no, you did this wrong" or whatever, but most of the time, when you play a dungeon or something, there's always that one guy who's willing to help you. And if you lose, he doesn't bust your balls. He just says, okay, let's try it again. And make sure you do this. Or if everything's going to shit and you just killed one of the monsters, he tells you to regroup, and then nobody moves, and he types, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you're doing wrong. So, I mean, if you put all these people in the PlayStation that are new, I mean, I guess it would be cool, but I mean, put them together. What's the problem? I would love to play Diablo with PC people, because I own Diablo on PC and PS4, and I can't play with Kimberly, which is so stupid.
No, you're right.
I mean,
you're not gonna get an argument from me. I mean, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. The fact that we have the ability, but Sony is the company that says no, we're not going to do that. That pisses me off.
Yeah, like the Steam Link thing.
Like the what?
Like the Steam Link thing with Apple.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're not going to get me to defend that. I think it's dumb, and I think it hurts gamers.
If you guys are trying to figure out what I'm talking about, the Steam Link app just came out for the phones, where you're able to play your games from Steam into your phones. Basically turning your phone into a Switch if you get the proper controllers. There's actually controllers where you can stick your phone in between, and it looks like a damn Switch. I'm not kidding. And then you can play your PC games streaming them. I mean, you can only play them in your house. That's where the Switch has the upper hand. But the fact that Mac went out of the way, Apple, and said, no, that's not going to happen. No.
That's stupid.
I don't want you to play Steam Link on my Mac. And then
it's
it is dumb. And then there's Fortnite, where you can play Fortnite with people on PC on your phone. You can play Fortnite with people on your Xbox. You can play Fortnite with people on your PC. And Sony says, no, we don't want to join the group. I mean, I understand the competition. I'm all for competition. But like you said, it's hurting gamers. Why can't you let somebody from PlayStation play against somebody who's playing on an Xbox? What's the problem with that? It has nothing. It's the same. I'm trying to curse less in this podcast, but it's the same fucking competition. It's the same fucking game. The game is going to look the same in all systems, even in the PC version, even in the cell phone version. So what's the problem? What are you afraid of? I mean, unless they know something that they're going to get hacked or something, I just don't understand why. What are you hiding? I'm rambling a lot. Do you have anything to say?
No, dude, I completely agree with you. I think it's absolute dog shit that they're doing this. Um, I I no matter what, I'm always going to be a Sony guy. I won't defend something like this. I think it's dumb. I think it hurts gamers. I go back to the 360 days, and I wish that I was able to play games with people that had the
Of course, yeah, they had the majority of the multiplayers.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a multiplayer fan, but back then, Call of Duty 4 was my favorite. It was my favorite game for a very long time.
And all your friends were in Xbox. Yeah,
yeah,
that happened to me too.
I mean, I didn't. It was still fun. We could still have the conversation. We just couldn't play against each other. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna stop playing PlayStation and try to show them who's boss. It's
No,
stupid.
that is stupid. I don't hate PlayStation completely because I think it's a stupid concept. I mean, I hate Apple because Apple's been doing it forever. But Sony's starting
Yeah.
to do things like this, and I mean, why are you doing this? Um. Well, anyway,
Um. So, real quick, I want to
yeah.
talk about something that's. I keep seeing it pop up online, and I guess I'm just too much of a video game purist to appreciate
What?
it. Have you seen or heard or go on a website and people like check out this video game on potato mode?
On
And it's
potato
just
mode. What the fuck is that?
it is just the absolute worst graphics for a game, and they're just trying to show you how bad they can make the game look.
What?
Why do you want to? Yeah,
Why? Where do games do
why?
that?
I don't know, but it's called potato mode, and it's the dumbest thing I've seen.
Oh my
I,
god.
I'm very much a video game purist. I like
Yeah, but that doesn't make any.
I I
Potato
like
mode. I'd never heard of that. Actually, funny.
yeah. It. I don't think that kind of stuff's funny though.
What is it? A fucking trend
I,
though?
I, yeah, it's a trend. Like they go and they're taking like the best games and they're putting them in what they call potato mode, and it's so stupid.
I don't know why.
Are you?
What?
I don't know why either. One of the ones that I always hated when people would be like, "Oh, we want to play big head mode in a game," or we'd play 007. They're like, "Let's play paintball mode." I'm like, "No, I don't.
Yeah,
This isn't a paintball game."
yeah. I don't understand what.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't understand why they do that either.
I don't understand why people do those kind of things. It always pisses me off. So there's that. I've been seeing it. I've been meaning to bring it up for some time now, and I always forget about it. And then you were talking about just how the games will always look the same. I'm like, God damn, potato mode.
Potato mode.
It's so stupid, dude. Look it up whenever you.
I'll get a chance. I'll look
when
at
we're
it.
done here. It's so ridiculous.
So you heard today that Ted Dabney died? Do you know who Ted Dabney is?
No.
It's one of the co-founders of Atari.
Oh yeah, the 81-year-old dude. I thought you were talking about the other guy who died.
Oh, the YouTube
passed
guy.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was trying
bro,
to figure
33.
out. I'm like, cancer's a bitch, dude.
Not only is it a
Cancer
bitch, but he
sucks.
said some. I saw an interview with him. Shit, man, I feel bad talking about this and not saying who he is. God, this is embarrassing. Either way, they interviewed him, and he had one thing that really got to me. That he said, if you get the symptoms, just go to the doctor. Don't wait it out because it's gonna get worse. If you see some symptoms, just go to the doctor. And that's so true. He waited. He already had seen signs of colon cancer, and he ignored it. He kept on thinking, no, it's not that. It's probably this. It's probably that. And by the time he went, it was too late. So please, guys, if you feel that there's something wrong, don't wait. Just go to the doctor. Maybe it isn't anything, but if it is, it's better to catch it early before it's too late.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of news. If you're not gonna say anything, I mean,
No, dude, go run.
So-
run the show. I'll bounce off.
Sony.
I mean, hell, last week I was going crazy with what the hell game is that I like, or that I can't wait for?
You don't even know the name of it. Red Dead.
Red Dead. There we go.
Jesus.
I'm
Not
batshit
sleeping
on
much?
the Red Dead.
You're not sleeping good.
No, the little brat.
Okay. The I know you already own one, but hey, they're gonna do they're considering to do a retro PlayStation. What do you think about that?
No, I don't have a one. I do not have a PlayStation 1. That's the one I'm
The
missing.
retro PlayStation will
I do
probably come
wanna
with the
get-
games already in it, though.
I want to get. I definitely need to get it. I do have all three systems. I have the other three, and I have a fat 3 as well. It needs to get refurbished, but I have one.
Well, I'll do the line for it. But I mean,
The place
you need to put Resident Evil 2 in there.
I'll fight anybody who wants to argue with me about the greatest video game system of all time, because I played the original PlayStation with what they did, with the limited power that they had, and the genres and games that we got from it. Nothing tops it. You can talk about Super Nintendo all you want, and guys, when people bring up an N64, I'm like, you had literally like 7 games on N64, and that was
But they
it.
were awesome.
They were awesome, but the library, the quality of games
course.
on the original PlayStation trumps any system ever.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll
Ever.
be honest. I bought a Nintendo 64 before the PlayStation. But remember that when Sony came out, it was new. And Nintendo already had the fan base.
Yeah,
So, of course, it took me a while for people to convince me to. I mean, I tell you, and this is going to sound stupid. I think I said it before. The one game that made me want to buy a PlayStation was Hercules. The Disney Hercules. When I played it for the first time, I was like, oh my God. Look at this. Looks like the actual cartoon.
no, I remember
Because it was a
the
CD-ROM. And then, of course, Bushido Blade, or Bushido Blade, was it?
The Bushido Blade was amazing. No, I remember I was still living in Pittsburgh. They had the demo disc. The demo disc had Wipeout. It had a video for Destruction Derby, which watching the video for Destruction Derby blew my mother effing mind at like 12 years old.
God, do you remember the demos on the magazines?
And yeah, but I'll never forget playing Battle Arena Toshinendo. To me, the first ever like 3D fighter. Granted, there was Virtual Fighter that was out at the time, but Battle Arena really took it to that next level of what 3D fighting was. I'll never forget. I will never forget that shit.
Me,
But it's best system ever created.
Resident Evil did it for me too.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started.
Joe, I
with
played Resident Evil without a memory card.
Whoa,
I would,
no.
I mean, I could always make it till the Hunters started coming out, and then that was it.
Twisted
Metal was great. You know what demo I played forever and ever and ever, and I didn't buy a game for the longest time because I just kept on playing the demo? Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk was great.
But bro, the demo was like, I couldn't believe how much they put in the demo in
Yeah.
that one level.
The airport hangar, I
Oh
know.
my God. And you would find all kinds of secrets and stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, that was great.
They should put,
Yeah, no,
it's risky to put
That'd be
demos
sw-
now. It's too risky.
that'd be sweet to get a to all those games. I mean, just looking at my collection here and seeing the games that are out and what was influenced by PlayStation. It's
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna put the
Unbelievable.
retro, they need to put a Tony Hawk. They need to put the Spider-Man game. They need to put, I mean, unless they're going to go full-blown Sony only, but I doubt it. You put Tony Hawk, Resident Evil 1 and 2. You put, hell, I put Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 in there. Just because you can. All three of them came out for PlayStation. I would put Bushido Blade. I would put, Gran Turismo.
I mean, there was
1 and 2.
you had the Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9.
No, that's too
Final Fantasy
big.
Tactics, Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve I would, but
Xenogears.
goddamn, you can't put all the Final Fantasies in there. You could probably put Xenogears, Final Fantasy 7 maybe.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear. God, I know I'm missing one.
The original
Metal.
Grand Theft Auto. Twisted
Grand
Metal.
Theft Auto. No, not the
Remember-
original. You give me Grand Theft Auto 3.
No, that was on PlayStation 2.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
That was Grand Theft Auto 3 was the one that's what really got the PlayStation to sell a lot. I remember that year because that was the first year I was in the Marine Corps. In like 5 or 6 months time, I can't distinctly tell you. I just know that in 2001 I graduated from the Marine Corps, and when you go to boot camp, you're not spending any money, so all your money's pocketed, right?
Uh-huh.
So when I got out, first thing I did was I bought a goddamn PlayStation 2. And when I bought the PlayStation 2, it came with Gran Turismo 3. So I got that.
Gran Turismo 3,
Then-
wow.
Metal Gear Solid 2 came out. Max Payne got released for the PlayStation. Grand Theft Auto 3.
Max Payne was definitely something different. God, all those games I made lines
Devil
for.
May Cry. I'm missing
Devil
one.
May Cry was also a game changer.
Because I remember I moved to North Carolina to go to the School of Infantry, and I had like 6 games. And hindsight, dude, that time of game, like I had those games, and to take all those games that all just came out. Oh, and it was Final Fantasy X. All those games got released within like a 5-6 month time span.
And it's just when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, the demo that was inside what was a robot fighting game?
Armored Core?
No. It was also made by Konami. The ones where they fought in space.
Oh, Zone of
Zone of
Enders.
Enders, and it came with the demo. How many people bought Zone of Enders just to play Metal Gear Solid 2?
That's like when what was the Xbox game? It was when they released Crackdown, and it came with a demo of Halo. You remember that?
No, but I'm sure people bought Crackdown for that shit.
Yeah,
Oh man, it's
I remember
smart.
that.
That's smart moves. So speaking of other news, remake Resident Evil 2. We're gonna be hearing about it very soon.
How do you know?
I read it. It's a rumor though, but I mean, if Resident Evil 2,
No.
I'm gonna be at that party that you're doing for E3. But if Resident Evil 2 is announced, I'm gonna scream like a girl.
I go back. You remember when Final Fantasy VII was announced? I started to tear up, man.
I will probably scream like a girl. People will probably call the police because they think a woman's being punched or something. Because it's gonna be like unbelievable. I'm dying with anticipation to just show me something. And the rumors say that it's supposed to be the best looking one of all the Resident Evils right now, by far. So, and this will be Borderlands. I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
Did
I mean, there were people saying that he might be canceling it,
what? Canceling
like
it?
canceling
Okay,
the announcement.
that's fine too. I don't mind the wait for that.
No, that's gonna be.
So let's talk about the. Oh, Wolf Among Us is delayed to 2019.
That's okay. I'll take it.
Jesus,
I'm fine
this is a
with
fucking
that.
Telltale game. It's not like science. I mean,
Yeah,
write
but
a good story, I guess, but
it's not so much you got to write a good story; it's you got to write multiple stories, and you got to figure out how they're going to connect, and what are you going to get when they do connect.
That's true.
There's a lot that there. I mean, it's taking stuff from the first one. Your story carries over.
So let's talk about that Battlefield 5 trailer.
I mean, yeah, I'm not okay. I'm not into classic shooters, the World War IIs, the World War Ones. It's just not my cup of tea. If you like it,
No, I mean that's
good
fine.
on you.
It's a matter of, do you believe that was gameplay?
no.
It,
As much as they really wanted to sell me on gameplay, I watched it like 3 times.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, there's no way this is gameplay.
There's no way.
I mean, I understand they show you the
no
scenes
way.
where it first begins, but when she finally falls off, I think a horse was it? I don't even remember how she ended up in the floor. I think it was an explosion or something like that. And then she picks up the gun, and now you're seeing it in first person. I was like, wait a minute, this looks way too amazing.
I will say though, the one thing that I kind of did like was that like mud in the face effect.
What do you mean? It covers the camera?
Yeah, it covers the camera.
Yeah, that, I mean,
I like that effect a lot. I liked it a lot.
yo, but come on, man.
More than I should.
I mean, just there was so much going on. I felt like Killzone 2. When I saw Killzone 2 trailer, I was like, wait a minute, this looks way too amazing. And then later on, of course, when you play Killzone 2, you can tell it was totally different. Hate when they jack up the trailer for E3. It drives me nuts. It pisses me off, actually.
Hello?
Yeah? I'm
Okay.
right here.
No. It got kind of scratchy for a moment.
You're scratchy. So what else you got?
No. Okay. No, that was really it looks good. I think EA's smarter with them, and after what happened with Battlefront, not to fuck with them. Because did you watch the press conference with Trevor Noah?
No, I didn't. I just watched the trailer on YouTube.
Okay, so dude, Trevor Noah grilled them about like microtransactions and pay to win. They're like nothing.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently the only thing, and I go back to it, I should only be paying for cosmetics.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. I agree with you.
And that's what they're doing. That's what they're saying. The only thing you have to pay for is cosmetics. Apparently there's going to be a ton of customizations that you can do in this game, which is sweet. I like that. Letting me create a character that's really my own and bringing it into a game.
Yes.
But it's World War II again, and I just can't. I'm not about that life. I will say that the one thing that they did say about it is that it's going to be a growing game. Even though I don't like World War II games, I like World War II. Especially like that's one of the World War II is one of the reasons the Marine Corps has been established as this amazing fighting force. It's what got me to join the Marine Corps when I did.
Okay.
A lot of video games, when they do World War II, you're always fighting in Germany because you're always the army. I'm guessing from what I'm hearing is you're going to play in different parts of World War II.
Well, I mean,
whether
I thought they do that in all the Call of Duties.
No, it's typically D-Day where you storm the beach at Normandy.
Are you sure? That doesn't sound
it.
accurate. Because I remember the Call of Duty that came out for the Xbox 360, and you go to Egypt.
Well, yeah, that's also a part of World War II because that's what happened. The United States went to Egypt and then they worked their way up through the Middle East into Italy, took out Mussolini and then made their way to Germany.
Well, there was one Call of Duty where it was in Japan.
Was
Yeah.
there? Oh yeah, that's
And you
right.
actually
World
and
of
you
War.
had those you had the kamikazes run at you. They scream at you
that's
before.
That's World at War. That was a Marine. Now that I think about it, like you
That
are
one was
right.
actually interesting when you saw those guys run at you because you had to kill them fast.
Yeah, because they're the Japanese are crazy.
They didn't follow the rules of war. They didn't care.
And so that's something that intrigues me about the game, but I probably won't play it. And it sucks
Well, you could.
because
I'm gonna get it, so you can play it here.
Battlefield 1 got such great reviews, and I really believe that Battlefield 1 was a superior game over whatever Call of Duty was releasing that year.
Oh my God, yes.
And I believe that this one will be it will do exactly that again. It will be the superior game.
Well, I mean,
I tip my hat to EA for letting them make a good game, because the way they typically been, they like to make dog shit and just be greedy.
no, but I mean, Battlefield 1 was in World War One, and I don't think that any game has ever done World War One.
No, and that was one of the big things about
And
that
then
game.
you play in different parts of the country. I think one was Italy, one was Arabia. I can't remember. Nothing was your typical one, like you weren't in England or France or any of that.
Right.
It was in areas that you've never played before. Like when you play, oh my God, excuse my history, folks. In Lawrence of Arabia, what is the name of the main like soldier from Lawrence of Arabia? His full name.
Dude,
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
I believe so, but I couldn't tell you, brother.
Well,
Sorry.
either way, you play along him, and you play a female like kind of a spy and stuff like that. So I thought that was really good, and everything was just. I mean, you can hop on horses, you can hop on planes, you can hop on, and it's the old planes too. You actually play. You actually land in no man's land. There was an area in no man's land. Like I said, once again, sorry about my history, and where it's just nobody can survive there. It's just nothing but dead people. And these two guys, one of them steal a plane, and they land there, and they have to go through there to survive. That was unbelievable. And the Italian guy who goes in Italy, and they're wearing like these super awesome armors that are like bulletproof and stuff. There's like what 30-year difference between World War One and World War Two.
I don't think it's that
20
long.
years.
Might have been, yeah,
but
15
there
to
is
20,
a huge
yeah.
difference in guns and how they dressed and everything. It's unbelievable. And then you have, of course, the DICE engine, and it just completes. It's like the cherry on top. As long as they don't get greedy with loot boxes like they did with Star Wars, we should be fine.
Oh no, that's what that thing was. That's what that interview with Trevor Noah was. Is that there are no loot boxes?
Good, very good. Talking about loot boxes, my favorite game, or one of my favorite games, hit its 2 years birthday, right?
What's that?
Overwatch.
Oh.
And the new loot boxes came out with all kinds of costumes, and
Yeah.
not a single diva. What the hell, Blizzard?
But haven't they like done more with Diva, or am I wrong? I mean, I could be wrong.
Apparently, I read an article where they said that they absolutely hate Diva in the game, and I feel they're gonna kill her off very soon, because that Jeff Kaplan said that they're gonna kill off one of the Overwatch characters. They haven't mentioned which one it is, and I believe it is Diva, because the coders apparently don't like having to deal with the fact that if you do programming, you have to do programming for her, and then you have to do programming for the mech. So it's double the programming.
So if they kill her off, does that mean she's completely deleted
Yeah,
from
I
the
think
game?
so. If she's giving that much problems, because you
Oh
got to do
my
double the
God.
work.
I get it, but man,
Yeah, there gonna be a lot of upset people. But he said it. He said, but not. But I'm just saying, Diva. He said they're killing off one of the characters. So I mean, it could
breaks my
always be
heart.
someone someone who is not very playable. Maybe it'll be a character that everybody hates, like that fucking robot, which I can't stand.
Which one?
I forgot his name. I just hate him so much. Just a robot with a he has a machine gun. Just want to kill him. That's a planter. They sit there and they just shoot at you. They don't do anything. I mean, it could also be Hanzo. A lot of people don't like Hanzo. So we'll see. But it hit this 2 years anniversary, and this is a cool thing. They're letting people pick up from all the old costumes, even the ones for Halloween, even the ones from every edition of everything I've missed.
That's
It is
pretty
cool. But then again, they don't let you buy costumes. The only single costume they ever let you buy is the one that was donated to breast cancer. Other than that, you are forced to buy loot boxes, which means that if you put $10, you get 11 boxes, and you still might not get what you want. And there is a lot of costumes, bro. There's probably
Oh,
there's
I know that.
I mean, I might be exaggerating, but I feel like there's like about 250 or something like that. Because you got the regular ones, then you got the silver.
But you don't just get costumes. You get all kinds of stuff. You get emotes.
You get
and-
emotes. You got voice. You get sprays. You get shields. Not shields. It's not shield. What the hell was it? You use it as your username and stuff like that. And then you also get those when you hit challenges and stuff like that. But one cool thing that I missed was all the emotes of them dancing. They all have like special dances, and they all dance kind of where they're from. So like May has a dance that is how an Asian would dance, and then you got Diva from North Korea, and then you got people like you got there was one that was dancing disco and stuff like that. I missed these emotes completely, and when I played and I opened, they give you a free loot box. When every time they do these special things, they give you one free loot box, and I opened it up and boom, I got a Diva dance one. Very satisfied.
That's sweet. I wish the one thing that I do like about the 2017 Even Matter Gamer Game of the Year, Injustice 2,
Go ahead. I'll let you have
that
it.
when you play with a specific character,
Yeah.
it tends to give you more gear towards that character. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but like Bane is my favorite character, and I get more Bane gear than anything.
Really? I feel like I don't get
Yeah.
that.
No, I get a lot of Bane gear.
When I started noticing that I was getting gear when I lose. That if I'm playing and I'm winning, and then all of a sudden I get killed in one and I lose. When you go to play again, I get something for my character, almost like helping
Really?
you out. Like, hey, we see you're having a hard time with this character. Here's whatever. Here's new arms, or new legs, or whatever. It happened to me a lot with Wonder Woman when I was trying to level her up. God of War. They keep shocking me with new stuff. They keep you playing the 2 shields. Did you know about these shields?
Yet to beat God mode, but
But
yeah.
did you know about
I
them?
didn't. No, I didn't.
Yo,
know
my
about
friend
them.
showed me the shields. I'm like, how the hell did you get that? Oh, you have to play Give Me God of War mode. But he has it, which means he passed it, so it's got to be...
Yeah, but I mean, after playing the game and knowing how to play the game, I'm gonna just
It's not even...
run.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna run through that goddamn game.
And it's funny because there is no trophy for playing Give Me God of War.
no, but
It gives you the
that.
trophy. So I mean, it gives you the
No,
shield.
It gives you.
So they
Now-
still manage to get
now
you
what
in there.
I want to know that once you get the shield, is it unlocked in all the games?
I think so.
Or is it
Absolutely,
just,
I think so. And if not, I mean, the shield's not going to do anything different.
No, it just looks awesome.
But yeah, they look way better than the ones for the DLC.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll get platinum first before I do that.
Yeah, I've taken a break.
We all know what you need to take a break
Yeah, no, well, no, I've just
because you're
taken a
playing
break.
Fortnite, right?
Yeah, buddy.
God, that garbage. Oh my God. Keep going.
No, but I definitely plan on going back.
Oh, absolutely. That's a game that you can just pop. I mean, for God's sake, I've been playing Last of Us, and it's still
yeah.
fresh and immersive. I love immersive games because you can play them 100 times.
Last
But
of
I
Us
mean,
is-
most immersive games to me are the ones that are good story and single player.
yeah.
I mean, can't wait for that Kingdom Hearts 3. But you don't play Kingdom Hearts, but it looks amazing.
Dude, from what I heard and from what I read, I feel bad for people in the Kingdom Hearts world.
Comes to an end.
Not well, one, it may not come to an end. It may just be an end for Sora. But two, if you did not play their other games,
You'll be lost.
You're gonna be lost.
I'll
Like-
probably be lost. I'm not gonna lie because I played 1 and 2, but I didn't play the other stuff.
And there was a lot of other
There
stuff.
was a lot of stuff, but I'm not gonna buy a DS to play these games,
I don't know, man.
which I thought was shitty that they would do that.
Hey, dude. I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't know. I also felt like doing a Dylan and just getting the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and replaying them on the PlayStation 4. And get a fresh reminder of everything before the new Kingdom Hearts comes out. But for what I've heard from the reviews and people who've played it and say that it is ridiculous, that it's like a Pixar movie. And,
Yeah. No, I mean I've seen gameplay, man. It looks
and they're
great.
saying that it's a huge improvement from the last one. Remember, the last one was PlayStation 2. And I
Yeah.
really do hope it ends, because if they're going to tell me there's a part... I can't even... I have loss of words. Because when Kingdom Hearts 2 ended, it showed you that there was going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3. At the very end,
Yes.
past the credits. And now it's what, 15 years later?
Something like that.
Jesus. I feel like the best thing I can do is once the credits are over, once the credits roll, I just turn it off.
Just
Shut that shit off. Don't even tell me that there's a surprise. Because I don't want to know. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 4. I'll be 53.
Pretty
With
much.
arthritis, I probably can't play it. Which will probably need one of the new Xbox controller. That Xbox controller thing looks amazing.
With all the paddles on the back.
No, not the Elite. I'm talking the one that's made for handicapped people. It's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Did you
No, no,
can
no,
even
that's-
connect
that's-
a tube to it to blow as part of the controllers?
It's pretty sweet.
I mean, and they're not charging anybody. If anybody wants to get the patents, is that the right word? Like the plans for it, they're willing to give it to other companies so they can design their own controllers.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, man. I don't think they're doing it for profit. It's expensive. It's about $100, and that's not counting the other parts that connect to it. That's just the main one, the tube and whatever whatever helps you on your type of handicap, you can buy it separately and connect it to it. So I respect. My hats off to Xbox for that. I think that's very cool. Good for them.
Good for them. Good
on them. I mean,
no, touche.
too bad your system is shitty. Maybe you should focus on fixing that.
Wow.
What? I didn't say anything bad. I said the Xbox sucks.
That's true.
I think that's where they're giving away the plans to other people. Hence, I think they're hinting at the PlayStation. You know what? This is something we're trying to help people with, and I think it'd be best if you use it for your system because you obviously have more customers.
Yeah.
I mean, if they give it to Mad Cats, oh boy, Mad Cats is gonna fuck that up.
Oh my
Mad
god.
Cats is the worst.
Haven't they like declared?
No, they came back.
already?
They're back.
Oh god. Go away. Nobody
It's like a
wants you
bad
there.
fungus. You can get rid of it for a little bit, but it'll come right back. I mean, Frank, think about it. Remember when we were kids and you had 4 friends and you had 2 PlayStation controllers and you could play 4 and you needed 1 more? You always bought forget it. You couldn't play 4 players with PlayStation. You had 1 PlayStation controller, the DualShock, and then you wanted a friend over and you didn't have money to buy another DualShock, so you buy the shitty Mad Cats. And that's the one your friend... I know. I'm just saying. And that's the one you made your friends take.
No, I mean, that was something that I told my mom when it would be a Christmas or something.
You told her not to get you a Mad
And, like,
Cats.
Yeah, do not get me a Mad
Did you ever go to a
Cats.
friend's
It
house that
doesn't-
had Mad Cats?
Oh yeah. No, I knew they
Did
didn't
they
work.
give it to you every time?
No, I'd go prepared.
Oh, you bring your own? I went to plenty of people's houses who had Mad Cats, and then they said, let's play Street Fighter. Okay, and they gave me the Mad Cats controller, which was...
Oh no! When I would go over people's houses, I'd bring my own. I'd bring my own ish.
I hated those controllers. They always broke. them.
I do not have time for your nonsense. Your non-working controller.
By the way, this podcast is brought to you by Mad Cats. It's not.
Sponsor lost.
Anyway, I mean that's all I got. You got anything else to say?
No, I'm in the middle of a bad news show that I can't stop watching.
What?
Like, it's bad, but at moments I really enjoy it.
What is it? Is it 13 Reasons Why?
Into the Bat. No, that was dog shit. I wrote season 1 so as a high school teacher, I like to watch things along those lines, especially like giving a look into the lives of teenagers, because it's a lot different than when we were in high school.
Different.
Way different.
They recycle now.
That being said, the first season of 13 Reasons Why was really good because it addressed a lot of issues, not just with suicide, but bullying and teenage drug abuse, home abuse, all kinds of stuff. It had a lot of messages, and it was very well done. Season 2, not so
You
much.
watched it already?
Yeah.
I started watching a little show called Westworld Season 2.
I got to finish season 1.
What are you waiting for?
I'm-
a real Westworld to be made?
Oh my god! Don't tempt me. I was so in love with season 1, and then I just stopped watching it. For whatever
Disney's
reason.
gonna be the first one to do it. Well, but I mean, what about the sex?
No, but I started watching a show, Into the Badlands. I think you just know it as
AMC?
Badlands. It's on yeah.
Where are you watching it?
It's on Netflix.
Is it really bad?
It's bad, but it's like good bad. If that makes
No,
any
it's
sense.
not good bad. I don't know what that means. Like, what is it? So
Okay,
it's like
so, like,
pizza? It's good, but there's no bad pizza.
At moments, like the fighting in it is so good and it's so incredible, and then they do something really cheesy, and you're like, "Fuck." Do you get what I'm
you
saying?
mean.
Like there'll be this amazing fight, and this guy's fighting, and then out of nowhere, just standing up, he does like a quadruple backflip onto the roof of a small garage, and you're like, "Why? Like that was unnecessary. You didn't have to do that."
Apparently, you're talking about it, so yes.
No, but that's what takes away from the show. But it's interesting so far. I want to see where it's going to go.
Have you ever seen it? Okay, keep going.
But that's really it, man. I'm on like episode 5.
Have you seen Preacher?
No, that's
What's wrong with you? Stop watching that Badland crap and watch Preacher. You're gonna like Preacher. I promise you. It's really funny, really well written. It's kind of dark. It's very gory.
I know that. That's the one thing I do know, that it is really dark.
It is dark, but it's also funny, but in a dark mood, in a dark way. Like it's dark humor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need to get past the first 2 episodes for it to pick up.
Honestly, the one thing I got to go back and watch is Rick and Morty.
Oh, you still haven't finished that either. How many episodes did you watch?
That's one I got it. One.
God, the pilot.
No, I want to watch more. I do.
You know
I just haven't.
The show is so good. The Cartoon Network renewed them for 3 seasons.
Yeah. No.
What does that tell you?
Yes.
Like they signed him up for 3 seasons, and the guy said he won't be done for the next season till 2019. I mean, it's really well drawn, so it's not shitty animation. So
no, the anime. I wouldn't say it's well drawn. The animation.
The animation is what I meant. No, it's silly drawings, but you'll see as the seasons go by, you'll see that they do some ridiculous fights, some ridiculous action scenes, and it's like it's not 2 guys like South Park. You need to have at least 20 people drawing those. It's not a Simpsons episode either. They really and I was watching Archer the other day, and I'm pretty impressed how well Archer's done too.
Archer's all done on a computer, though. I could tell that.
Still, it's done on a computer, but you still got the lighting and stuff like that. It's really good. Oh, another show that I recommend for you to watch is Legion, but watch that sober. It'll fuck with your brain.
Yeah. Well, it takes place in a mental institution?
The first one. And I think they don't really tell you, but I feel like he's the son of Professor X. Because it takes place in the 70s. And it's mutant. It's Marvel. And it takes place in mutant universe, whatever you want to call it. So, but that one is like, wow, that show is super dark, and you need to pay attention. Like if you blink, you'll miss something important. It's one of those type of shows where you go forward, back, sideways.
I like that kind of stuff.
That show I can definitely say you'll like it. Anyway, that's all I got.
No, it's good. I mean, we hit our time as always.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. I didn't even say what is it? Episode 34. 34. If you want to follow us, you can follow us at Twitter at Evil Metal Gamers. At Evil Metal Gamers. You can email us at evilmetalgamers@gmail.com. We are at Discord. We are at Twitch. We are at Facebook. We also have what do you call it for the Evil Metal Gamers Game of the Year?
Oh, 2017 Evil Metal Gamer Game of the Year. Injustice 2
Oh,
Guild.
the Guild. That's right, the Guild. I'm gonna build a bunch of guilds like that. See if people pick up. Once again, thank you so much for everything. If you like us, rate us, give us bad reviews. We love that too. We appreciate everything.
Love, peace, and happiness. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.